What did you make of the budget?
Well, I think I was presently surprised that we were able to avoid some potential cost cutting or even tax rises. And I think it may have been seen as one that was rather benign, but I think that's the best possible type of budget in the present circumstances.
Do you feel the Isle of Man is aggressive for your business?
The Isle of Man as an island is very proud to, I think we all work together, and we're all there for the good of the island, and I think even my main competitors, we get on very well, and we like as a bank to support the industry on the island.
And all this over 010, has it done away with uncertainty as far as you're concerned?
Yeah, I think there was an element of uncertainty for some people perhaps who were looking to bring funds here as a natural home for their worldwide wealth. But yes, I certainly hope that now the line's been drawn in the sand and people can have the confidence that they perhaps had a year ago, that this is a very good jurisdiction to use.
It's a very interesting role I have as Assessor of Income Tax, because part of it is very public facing, that there's an educational aspect, keeping both the general community and the business community up to speed with what's happening with the tax system in the Isle of Man. So Lloyds Banking Group asked me to do a seminar last year, which was at the beginning of our consultation on the business tax system, and now we've sort of reached a milestone with the conclusion of some of the European Union's work on 010, so I'm here to give an update.
Okay, well, the dust has settled maybe a bit on your budget. How's the reaction been generally?
I think in the Isle of Man and within the business community and potential inward investors, the response has been universally positive. I think that people can see that we've engaged both very carefully with the business community and understood what they needed, but we've also engaged very carefully with the European Union, tried hard to understand what their issues were. And so the announcement in the budget this year by the Treasury Minister, Mrs Crane, on the attribution regime for individuals being abolished, we think is a measured response that actually balances all of the needs of business community and international community.
And how has that been taken in Brussels? Have you had any feedback?
We've had no direct feedback yet from Brussels. We've had some general feedback from the UK about the process within the Code of Conduct group, as it's called. What we're expecting to do in the next few weeks is to have some meetings to understand in more detail. We'll be required to say formally to the European Union what we intend to do, and then they consider that and let us know their considered judgment.
Are you sleeping well at night?
I always sleep well at night.
We've heard there that it's taken away some of the doubts in people bringing investment to the Isle of Man. That was presumably your aim, wasn't it? To take away doubt and make people feel that they can use the Isle of Man for business.
I think for large and small economies, confidence and stability is very important. We only have to see what's happened this week with the Japanese economy and the issues following the earthquake and the tsunami, with a collapse in share values, etc., and real concern about the economy there. So we've very much been trying to maintain stability and confidence. So I think again that the moves last month are very much designed to do that, but nevertheless they're also quite sincere moves to address any concerns that there were in the European Union. And I think that confidence has returned in a great surge.
Is it now a question of this cat and mouse game going on, though? Are you keeping one step ahead of possible interference from outside sources?
Well, I think one of the important issues to bear in mind is that the Isle of Man isn't part of the European Union, and so when we do agree in certain ways to help them, there's something called the Savings Directive, for example. There's also this Code of Conduct for Business Taxation. Tynwald, our Parliament, does that voluntarily, and our government gives that commitment voluntarily. So I wouldn't say it's a game of cat and mouse. I think it's more a case that the Isle of Man needs to monitor constantly and very carefully the movement in international standards, sort of the which way the wind is blowing, if you will. And that means that we need to move sometimes to take account of those standards. So I don't think putting it in an adversarial context is appropriate, but certainly in terms of the rules of the game that you have to operate by, sometimes those rules change and we need to adapt.